Alright guys, how you doing? Welcome to Fitionomics.com interviews with healthy gurus. Today I'm here with head trainer Ben Rossi. Ben Rossi owns ATP-Evolution, one of the cutting edge gyms here in Warrensville Heights, Ohio. Rather than you hear me talk about it, we're going to go ahead and introduce Ben. Ben, why don't you first start off talking a little bit about yourself, your background, and what you do?
My name is Ben Rossi. I've been a fitness professional for 14 years in the Beachwood area. Just recently, about a year and a half ago, I teamed up with Under Armour in this Combine 360 movement. Our facility, we're a Combine 360 powered by Under Armour training facility. We focus on the development of athleticism, movement, and character. 360 is actually a score, so we believe in measuring. So we test you, we train you, we challenge you. And we focus on effort-based training. So when you step into our programming, you're going to go through a 5-step process in our program. We're going to focus on movement, we're going to focus on balance, we're going to move you dynamically, we're going to integrate your strength together, so we use some of our cutting-edge tools to integrate strength using upper and lower body together, and then we're going to challenge you like crazy. We're going to force that effort out of you. So we really preach that we train with purpose, but we push you to the max to get as much out of you as possible.
Okay, great. As far as your background, I know you're a fitness trainer, but what other kind of maybe special qualifications or certifications do you have? Talk about that.
So for 14 years, you definitely bounce around, and you want to get out there and get as credible as possible. So
right.
I started in the base. I went to college and majored in physical therapy, and also took business management and labor relations. So that helped me get into the business aspect of things. But as far as training goes, youth fitness specialist in sports conditioning. I'm a certified fitness trainer through ISSA. I've been with the International Sports Science Association for most of my career.
Okay.
And then branched off into some other areas with the Combine 360 movement. There's so many other ones. I do some heavy work with Parkinson's disease. It's called delayed disease. So we've developed a specific exercise program for Parkinson's and promote that it helps to delay the progression of the symptoms. And that's also something that we branch out all over people and work with. So that's my background. Among sports, and played football forever, captain of the team, and played in college, collegiate level football.
Now, definitely talking in the past, I've seen you train people. This guy's pretty intense. He does not mess around. He pushes you to the limit, and you walk into a gym, a lot of the times you kind of see the dumbbells, you see the machines, and the guys in the mirrors, and the ladies in the treadmills, and it's kind of like it's just come to be expected. When you walk into this place, not only is it high ceilings, wide open, but just look at the stuff here behind us. You got bands, you got ropes, you got different rings. I want to talk a little bit about this kind of training, what you guys do to make this stand out from different gyms.
Let's talk about the planes of the body. All right, let's talk about the basic. You walk into a normal standard fitness center, you're seeing your weight room, and people go through their typical weight routine. What you focus on a weight room is one-dimensional training. If you lie in a chest press machine, you're working on one range of motion. In this plane right here, if you're working on leg extension, it's the same plane. What we focus on is three-dimensional training. What does that mean? Well, we have 3 planes of our body: a front-to-back motion, side-to-side motion, and a transverse plane. So what we use is stuff that is either a single anchor point used by a pulley system, or up front the single anchor point with a suspension trainer or grip trainer where we move and dynamically move. We want to integrate strength, so we use all 3 planes at the same time. Okay, and that's what you see when you come in here. You don't get the same run-of-the-mill gym feel when you walk in. You walk in, you see this big space and a huge turf field because we move like crazy. We believe in performance DNA. So, from a DNA standpoint, we're all different. Everybody's different. But from a performance DNA standpoint, whether you are 3 years old, 25 years old, have Parkinson's disease, no matter who you are, performance-wise, we require the same thing. We all require the same kind of mobility and function and how you move. So that's what we apply to our training, and that's what we apply to everything we do.
Your typical client who's going to come in here and look for training, is it going to be more of the younger, kind of high school, college-based athlete, or maybe do you have some people who are, you also mentioned Parkinson's, so you do some special training in that field. How about just like a normal, average Joe, walking off the street, maybe works 9 to 5 in business every day, and he sees all this, and it's kind of like, whoa, I'm not used to this. Yeah. Do you have several different kind of people that come in here to train?
Oh, our clientele is so diverse. We specialize in the youth fitness aspects. We have tons of young kids that come in here. We specialize in the older athlete. There's 3 categories at our gym. When playing is your sport, so our kids. When training is your sport, and that, people that don't play sports, they train, and that is your sport. And then when competing is your sport. So we get them all. We cover every range, every possible. membership driven. We really focus on group training. You know, we want to push our training. We have a lot to offer in our training, and we know that we guarantee our results. You know, but it's the training that counts. We're not, be a member here, come here and just do your thing. No, let us help you. We're educated to help you. And I think that this industry is trending a different way, and it needs to trend this way. And trainers need to step up to the plate and teach people what's going on, not just grab a magazine article and say, "Well, hey, these are some great exercises." Man, I've never seen that done.
Right,
I'll put my clients through it. I'll kick their butt with it, and it'll be just garbage. You know? And then that's where we it's purpose, not service. You know what I mean? It's service. You can go anything you want to go. No, we're purposeful. I have an intention. Every one of the people that train here knows that we are going to go through that step-by-step process, and you're going to feel that in every session. Whether you're doing some cardio impact with Home Bruce, or you're doing work with Fred Jackson, Dan Memphis here, it's all different. And we all cover the same stuff, but we all have that guideline of I'm going to move you, we're going to balance, we're going to move, we're going to combine strength, we're going to challenge you, no matter what.
You brought up the word purpose. For a lot of the stuff that I like to do, I just always kind of relate it to several different things, whether it's your overall quality of life, whether it's for business, improving your leadership, improving your confidence, which you can pretty much blanket all over any discipline and area of life.
Sure.
Your business, ATP-Evolution. Why don't you talk about what it stands for and why you chose that name and the philosophy behind the business?
That's exactly why I chose it. You sit and you open a business. What are you going to call yourself? What are you going to name yourself? Well, ATP, energy. We all know ATP.
Right.
But to me it means more. It's attitude, tenacity, and progression. You have to have the right attitude to walk into a facility and want to make change yourself. You need to be tenacious. You got to go after what you're doing, no matter what. In order to receive those results and achieve those results, you got to be progressive. You can't just go through the same stuff over and over and over again. You got to constantly change. You're constantly evolving. That's where evolution comes in. You evolve. ATP evolution, attitude, tenacity, progression will get you your evolution that you want in your body. The idea is we all want results, right? That's what it's all about. You follow those guidelines, you're going to achieve the result. And that's what the purpose is of everything. That's our whole style. That's everything we focus on. Those three areas: attitude, tenacity, progression. Period. No matter what you do.
No, I like it. It's strong and solid, and it kind of has attitude to talk
about.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Everything stands for something. So, what can somebody expect maybe from a playing aspect? College athlete, they want to come in here. I know you guys consider certified by Under Armour. Under Armour holds a lot of the combine trainings. Can you talk a little bit about that?
I'd love to. So Combine 360 is more than just words. 360 is actually a score. It's a measurable score. So I'm going to test you, like I said, through athleticism, movement, and then we're going to go to character. Character breaks down mentality, nutrition, and communication. So really, it's a holistic approach to everything. So I have an athlete come in here. I'm not just going to put you through a million exercises about knowing what we're doing and where we're starting from. So we test you, and that's what Combine 360 is. You go through pretty intense testing. You break it down. Say you go through it, I break it down with you, and I say, Ryan, here's your score. You got a 286 out of 360. Outstanding. What does that mean? I'm going to have a pie chart that says, okay, we need to focus on this part of your communication skills. We need to affect this part of your athleticism. And it allows me to give you the tools that you need to say, okay, this is where we need to go to make you a better athlete. You're sound, you're phenomenal in your sport, but if we improve these specific little areas here, that's how we're going to train you and make you better. And they go through the same process. Move, balance, we move, we challenge, we integrate strength and we challenge. And it goes no matter who you are, we train you.
Right.
That's how it goes. And we see amazing results if people that do it. And they're willing to put the time in.
So if you've been in the business for 14 years and you own your own place, maybe can you think of an example? Maybe somebody who came through who really just, maybe their confidence was low, maybe they were a little bit out of shape, they had some personal things going on. I've been a trainer myself for a couple of years, and I know one thing's for sure. When you're training, people like to be more than just trained, they like to talk. So one of the reasons I hire a trainer is to kind of cut out all the BS. You want to get down to work, you want to stay solid, and progress through your workout. This is all always about progression and improving yourself. So maybe we just think of somebody who really just was, once you met them, helped them out, and kind of how it changed their life.
Okay, that's good. I'm going to use Parkinson's as an example for that. To be honest with you, because first of all, that's an area in exercise that, Parkinson's disease, that people don't really know. There's not much research and focus going to help these people out. So when I meet these people, they're behind the 8 ball. No one's told them, this is here, take these pills, and it'll make you better. Okay? Well, I'll use the example of Lee Handel, a gentleman I worked with for many, many years. And we trained together for a long time. I left a certain facility that I was at. He stayed in to fulfill a membership, but A year later, calls me back and says, "Listen, I need your help. I need your help. I'm diagnosed with Parkinson's." So this is a gentleman that, you know, he was in the gym every day and did his thing. He kicked butt, did everything. He wouldn't miss a beat.
Right.
But got cut off at the knees and got diagnosed with Parkinson's. I mean, he walked in. I said, "Okay, of course I'll help you." He comes into the facility for the first time. I mean, he could barely walk. His entire right side of his body was lagging behind, and I was floored. You know, yeah, I met someone. Can you meet this guy? He's developed this program, and he needs help to facilitate. So I met this gentleman called David Zitt, created a program called Delay the Disease, and I went out and met this. I met him in Columbus. He taught me his program, and I brought it back here. Now go back to Lee Handel. I said, if you take this stand and you fight against Parkinson's and you go after it, because he went from this, I'm on top of the world, to this Mr. Depressed, feeling bad about myself. Man, I want to get myself back. I brought it back. We see each other 3 days a week, sometimes 4. I've seen nothing but positive improvement. He goes every 6 months to see his neurologist, and every single test is going up every time. The guy walks like a champ now. He's doing what he wants to do. He's traveling like crazy. A very successful story, and proof that if you force effort, no matter whether you have Parkinson's or who you are, you can see a dramatic change in yourself. And he's a great case study. There's been so many people over the years, youths and kids that I've worked with that have just been down in the dumps that, you know, we promote our stuff and bring that attitude element, and you see the dramatic change. You see them becoming empowered. Confidence grows, you know. There's some individuals that I've worked with that are extremely obese, that you go through this day-to-day struggle with them, helping them lose weight, and then, you know, and you get a year and a half down the road, you see this body change, and they're a different person, and they're confident, and they walk differently, and they dress differently, and is there one example? I mean, yeah, there's a lot of individual examples, but there's so many examples on a day-to-day basis that you see change. I don't know, that's what pushes me to do it. That's awesome.
Yeah, I kind of hear between the lines too, is you're talking about fitness. Fitness isn't just something you do, it's purposeful. Yeah. It's like a vehicle that gets you somewhere where your life can be more meaningful, more rewarding, and, you know, let's face it, you know, I know, and, you know, I think most people do. Once they walk into a gym, they first start working out, they start to see those results, you know, something changes, they get empowered, like you said, the energy's created, and it's addictive.
It's a great addiction. Yeah, you couldn't think of a better addiction. Absolutely.
You talked about trending, so you're talking about changes in the industry, meaning more to the three-dimensional type training and stuff you see here, right?
Sure.
It's going to push.
It's going to push, and you know, we get compared on a daily basis to CrossFit. How are you different than CrossFit? And I see tires in here, and I see ropes, but that stuff's applied purposefully. It's applied when we want to force effort out of you, and there's a reason that we're using what we're using. I'm going to test you, I'm going to measure you, and we're going to go in a direction based upon that measurement. I'm not just going to say, you know, here's 9 exercises, give me all the effort you can out of it. No, I want to see you doing things properly. I want to know that your foundation is strong before we go any further. You know, and that's a major difference between us. You know, we're very measurable, and I want that to be known more than anything else. We're different. We're a different entity, that's because I defend that every day. How are you different than CrossFit?
So let's do this. For anybody else who maybe is watching and they're kind of on the edge of, you know what, I'm not really sure if that's for me, what would you tell that kind of person?
What would I tell that kind of person? First of all, get here. You got to show up, man. Seeing is believing. I'm not sure, man. What would I tell somebody who comes in? Don't do the same cookie cutter thing. Step out of your box. You know, the industry's been the same way for so long. Try something new. And we want to bring you something new and fresh that makes you appreciate fitness differently. And take you in a new direction, make you feel better about yourself, and from an attitude, from a tenacious aspect, from being progressive, we're going to change you, become more athletic, become more mobile, and just become more sound as a person. And that's what we're going to do.
That's it.
Let's do something different.
You want to become somebody different, you have to do something different.
You got to do something different.
Don't follow the same old rules. Exactly. Step out of the box.
It's so boring, you know. Kick off day. Do something different.
No, it's awesome.
Step out of the box, you know. And we are running. What we offer here when you come in is come try any class you want for 7 days straight. Come check it out. Jump in anything you want. On us. We want to teach you. We have a lot to offer. So
that's great.
That's what we're pushing, and that's what it's all about. So.
Well, Ben, thanks a lot for your time. I appreciate it.
So happy to help.
Guys, this is Ben Rossi, ATP-Evolution, Ryan Weber, Fitionomics.com. And look for us in the future. We're actually going to be doing a lot of our training videos here at ATP-Evolution. It's got a great vibe. You guys are going to love it. Full of energy, full of ideas. We'll see you soon. Thanks.
Live it.